Hi, my name is Jason Robison. I work for the Iron County School District in Utah, and I am doing a topic brief on the subject of gifted and talented education in America. I also wanted to take a snapshot of what the gifted and talented education looks like in my state, Utah. And all of that started, and I got the idea for this when I read an article in the Times magazine about New York. In New York City, there were some people who were concerned because their students that performed in the top 10% of aptitude tests were labeled gifted and talented. Yet those students were not able to get into schools designed to teach gifted and talented because those schools said that you had to be in the top 2% of those aptitude tests to be admitted into the school. And the parents of these students were left feeling confused because they thought, well, our district labels our kids gifted, but the schools that those kids can go to for being gifted only allow the top 2%. And so the problem there is that there's not a static, solid definition of gifted and talented. There has been a definition adopted by the National Association for Gifted Children, and it is this: gifted individuals are those who demonstrate outstanding levels of aptitude or competence in one or more domains. Domains can include any structured area of activity with its own symbol system. For example, that could be mathematics, music, language, or a set of sensory motor skills like painting, dance, or sports. And for the purpose of this topic brief, that's the definition I'm going to go with. There's another issue in the media recently about the Common Core and how that's going to affect our gifted and talented students. There's a number of teachers in an article put out by Education Week, and one of those teachers is quoted as saying this, that there's another concern about the assessments for the Common Core with regards to the gifted, and that is that these assessments have ceilings. How is a student supposed to demonstrate their higher ability if the assessment forces them to demonstrate only a portion of their knowledge before capping out? That's a good question. Another person says this: if we look at school reform efforts over the last decade here in the United States, a very noble cause has been to focus on our most fragile learners, and we absolutely must take care of all of our children, but by doing that, we've established this artificial plateau. It's not fair to gifted students. They need to be challenged to the greatest degree. It's not a stretch for teachers to see that person's point of view. And as for my field activity, I wanted to visit with my own district's director of the gifted and talented and see what her perspective was. So I visited with her, and she said it was okay if I share this. I wanted to know what the Gifted and Talented program looked like in our district. Doing some research, I found that in Utah, every district is required to have a program set forth in the school policy. District policy. And in Iron County, I found in doing some research as part of my field activity that the way we handle that is we set up cohorts and offer gifted and talented endorsements, classes that teachers can take to receive that endorsement. And so the needs of the gifted students in our district are being met by instructing and teaching teachers how to reach out and accommodate those special needs gifted students. And after some more digging about dollars, I found out that there is money available in my state, in Utah, for gifted and talented education. It's not a lot. It's somewhere around $4 million. But spread out across the state, it'd be easy to understand how most of that money will probably never be used for the kids. It's mostly used in teaching these cohort classes and getting these endorsements for the teachers. And so the teachers are mostly the beneficiaries of those monies and funding. And that the majority of the funding that comes for gifted and talented education, at least in Utah, comes from funding provided on a local level through state taxes or donations or things of that sort, to PTA and those sort of fundraisers. And so I learned a lot about gifted and talented education, and I've discovered that it is a philosophy and a program that is extremely underutilized and underappreciated. And of course, it's for all the reasons that we already know and understand, that because of No Child Left Behind, and because all of us teachers are doing our best to reach and to help out our low achievers, the high achievers and advanced learners are overlooked and underappreciated. So I would like to see a change from our legislature to focus more on our advanced students, and that we may be able to help them in providing them with more hands-on activities, more ways of accelerating their learning, and allowing teachers to the ability to focus on them. So that was my subject, and I hope that in the near future we may be able to create a discussion, more of a discussion on gifted and talented education.